Welcome to all of you. Myself Dr. Shahaji Fanda, working as Assistant Director in Center for Extension in Agri-Allied Extension here in Manage. Today we will discuss very interesting topic, that is inculcating entrepreneurship principles among the farm women in livestock sector. So let me start with a very famous quote of a Nobel laureate, Dr. Muhammad Yunus. What he says, all human beings are entrepreneur, we are not born to work for somebody else. He is the man basically who have brought the concept of microcredit and microfinance, and through this concept he promoted millions of entrepreneurs, or we can say he established millions of enterprises in Bangladesh. So in this presentation we will see that most of the participants, I hope so, that everybody is not from this animal husbandry, or we can say the veterinary sector. So this is the program for all agri-allied sector we can say participants. So in this particular presentation I will start the presentation with what is the present scenario of livestock sector, then definitely the concept of entrepreneurship, types of entrepreneurship, how the entrepreneurship development processes take place, then what are the different principles of entrepreneurship, similarly then how to identify the entrepreneurship opportunity in different sector. Within the livestock sector, if we see, there are community wise one can establish entrepreneurship, there we can say the species wise there are entrepreneurship. So as per the situation, how that one should identify the right opportunity, and we will discuss what are the different steps to identify that opportunity. Then what are the different characteristics or traits required for an entrepreneur to be a successful to establish a successful enterprise, that we will focus. And definitely one of the interesting topic again, whether women have really advantages over to establish a entrepreneur, or in a nutshell we can say whether women are superior or they are more efficient comparable to the men to establish a entrepreneurship. We will see what are the different traits, what are the different characteristics that women have, and because of they are more successful. There are some reports, there are some research that definitely I would like to share with you. Then we will see the core topic of this particular presentation, that is strategy to establish enterprises. So what there are different strategies that is need to be taken care of while establishing the entrepreneur. Then definitely two more we can say topics, important topics, or important we can say aspect of the entrepreneurship, that is techno-economic feasibility of the business. Before taking any enterprise or before establishing any business, one has to analyze the techno-economic feasibility of the project or that business idea. Then definitely the capacity building, as we are seeing here, you are attending the training program, but there are so many organizations they are offering training programs, particularly that capacity development for the development of entrepreneurship, and that I will discuss which are the different organizations. And finally financial resources, exactly. Without finance it is very difficult to establish, or we can say without finance we can't imagine to establish an enterprise. So what are the different sources, with the help of that sources we can establish enterprise. So let me start with the presentation with the present scenario of livestock sector. Exactly, livestock sector is one of the we can say major sector of agri-allied sector, which contributing nearly 25% to the agricultural GDP and more than 5% to the national GDP. As of most of you might be knowing that since last 20 years, that means since last 1999 to 2000, we are number one in milk production, and this number one in milk production, this year we almost reached 187 million tons of milk production with the growth rate of 6.5%, and because of this the availability of per capita availability we can say of the milk, we that means that raised to 394 gram, which is far ahead of the recommended quantity by the ICMR. Similarly, if we see the meat production and egg production, in meat production particularly we are growing at the rate of 6% and in egg production we are growing at the rate of 8.5%. So, even if we see the population of the different species, then we are number 1 in cattle and buffalo population, we are second in goat population, we are third in sheep population, and we are fifth in poultry population, particularly the broiler poultry production. So, in a nutshell, that the livestock sector in India, the performance is quite good if we see the the total quantity. Then let us discuss about the concept of entrepreneurship. So, entrepreneurship, what is the entrepreneurship? It is the ability and readiness to develop, organize and run a business enterprise along with its we can say uncertainties or inherent risk to in order to make a profit. And what is the startup? Exactly, there is a difference between entrepreneurship and startup. In a startup particularly, we are thinking about the newly emerged business venture, and that newly emerged ventures that is based on the new idea, while the entrepreneurship that is based on the new idea, or we can say the already existing idea. Then we will see the different types of entrepreneurship. There are majorly 4 types of entrepreneurship, that is small business entrepreneurship, scalable startup entrepreneurship, large company entrepreneurship and social entrepreneurship. The social entrepreneurship particularly, this is not meant for the profit, but this is generally taken to resolve any problem in the society and not for the profit. Then what is the entrepreneurship development? The entrepreneurship development that is the enhancing the knowledge and skill of entrepreneurs through several classroom coaching or training programs. There are different steps for this entrepreneurship development process, such as a discover, evaluation, developing plan, arranging resources, managing the company and harvesting. In the write up I have given very detailed information about this, and I think that will be useful for our participants. Now we will see what are the different kind of principles of entrepreneurship. Exactly, the principles of entrepreneurship, there are numerous you can say several principles of entrepreneurship, such as be a solution provider. Entrepreneurship is not just about making money or making a profit, but it is about providing the solution to the particular problem or adding value to the particular product or services. And then an entrepreneurship, the another entrepreneurship principle is have a vision. A vision is the art of seeing what is invisible to the others. So, an entrepreneurship principle that vision, he should have vision. Then choose the right team. Exactly, without team that means it is very difficult to achieve the common goal, or we can say that enterprise goal. So, one has to build a team with the same mindset, attitude and to achieve that particular goal of the organization or goal of the company, we can say. Then viable product and services. To be success or to set up a successful enterprise, or you can say entrepreneurship, one has to have some product or services, and that is actually based on some innovative ideas. So, that will fulfill the customer need. Then capital, of course, without capital we can't imagine the entrepreneurship, but once we have a very good plan, our idea is very good, then that capital may not be remain a constraint more. So, the prerequisite for getting the capital or getting the investor attention is that one has to have a very good idea, and that idea should be converted into a very good business plan or entrepreneurship plan. Then the next principle, accountability. Entrepreneurs are accountable to the success or failure of a business. So, it is not the investor, it is not the employee of that company, even it is not the advisor of that company, they are responsible, but that responsibility lies with the entrepreneur. Then growth and marketing. Every successful business has to grow over the years, it is not a one time event. So, that is an ongoing process. Then know your customer. Exactly, the customer base determines the success or failure of your business. So, more the customer, more the profit, and that one has to remember. Then priorities. Setting the priorities based on the company's goal is important for efficient business management. Moreover, never give up. This is the very important principle in the entrepreneurship, or we can say business. At any situation, that one has to never give up, and that never give up attitude will definitely realize the vision of the company, that will fulfill the goal of the company. Apart from this, there are some other principles like production motive, bypassing the middleman, target your customer, take your business online, similarly become a supplier to the hotel and restaurant, so on. So, in fact, one has to see whether our product or services, whether we, that means where we have to emphasize, whether we should stick up to the quality or we should focus on the quantity. But when as far as the livestock commodity or as a food product, when we are seeing this livestock business, then definitely one has to focus on the quality rather than the quantity. Now, we will see what are the different traits or characteristics of an entrepreneur. There are several characteristics, we can say here, we can narrate that ability to take a risk, then innovativeness, visionary and leadership quality, open mindedness, flexibility, then passion, confidence, salesmanship. So, all these are the characteristics or traits for an entrepreneur should have to be establish a successful enterprise. Now, we will see the different type of strategy. As I told, there are several strategy here. We have listed some 13 strategy, and we will discuss that strategy one by one. So, first one is respond to the changing world. What I mean to say, respond to the changing world. Here mean to say that nowadays there is a change in the production system. Our production system is now changing from supply centric to the demand centric. So, one has to establish a business or services for which there is a demand in the market. Similarly, nowadays we are seeing very commonly there is a change in consumer food habit, where ready to fast or ready to eat product, that is our trend, that is inclining towards such kind of things. That means, we have one group who is inclining towards the ready to eat product, and other group they are switching to the traditional product. Similarly, there is a change in the marketing system, there is a change in consumer mindset. Nowadays, the consumer is in spending mode rather than saving mode. And moreover, one has to understand the urban and semi-urban population dynamics, because 75% of the livestock product that is being consumed by this urban and semi-urban population. So, their likings, their demand and their taste one has to see when we are serving the food products, particularly in the livestock sector. Then second, understanding the scope for business commodity in a broader perspective. Here what I mean to say, the what kind of scope that livestock sector have. Here one slide is enough, that means one figure is enough to understand you that in coming 10 years, that means by 2030, there will be the increase of 100% increase in the different type of livestock commodity, and out of that 100%, nearly 62% of the demand will be because of change in food habit, that is people are we can say what we can say, they are inclining towards the non-vegetarian food, and the rest of 40%, almost 43% demand, that will be due to increase in the population. So, finally, what I mean to say here, there will be the 100%, the demand will be doubled in each and every commodity in coming 10 years by 2030. Now, third one, understanding the challenges of substitute commodity in a broader perspective. What I mean to say, the substitute commodity, livestock product, that is particularly the food product what we are talking about, they are called as a animal origin food product, we can say. Similarly, the substitute for animal origin food product is plant origin food product, that means agriculture. So, agriculture food product and livestock food product, they are substitute for each other. So, once there will be a effect or we can say there is an increase in demand of one particular food product, will be definitely affect on the other substitute. Here we will see the scenario of agriculture, particularly the productivity challenges that Indian agriculture is facing. The first one is, at every point of time or at any point of time, 60% of the agricultural land is at risk. So, that risk may be in the form of flood, form of we can say drought, or we can say pest and diseases. Then everybody is actually, we are experiencing that there is a declining rainfall in the coming time, or now also we are facing there is a declining in rainfall, or we can say the erratic monsoon. Sometimes there is long dry spell where then in such situation crop cannot be sustained. Then farm size also decreasing day by day. Similarly, if we see the unemployment in agriculture, it is also increasing since last 10 years. If we see the data, that unemployment in agriculture increased from 9.5% to the 15.3%. So, these are the different challenges that agriculture is facing nowadays, and once the supply from agricultural food product will decrease, then automatically the demand for the animal origin protein or animal origin food product will be increased. If we see the again the impact of the climate change, particularly on the Indian agriculture. So, it is speculated that by 2050, if there is a rise of 2.5 degrees Celsius temperature, then rice yield will be dropped by 32 to 40% and wheat yield will be dropped by 41 to 52%. So, again this particular impact will be there in the increase in the demand for livestock product. Now, we will see the different challenges of the livestock production system, because nowadays we have seen that most of the enterprises, they are identifying the different challenges, issues and problems of a particular sector, and through their enterprises they are trying to solve that problem. There are several such examples. Here we can discuss major challenges that the livestock sector is facing, that is low productivity, shortage of feed and fodder, there is a knowledge gap. Again there is inadequate infrastructure for processing and value addition. Similarly, inadequate processing and value addition of the livestock product, particularly the milk and meat. Climate change is there, and some problem related to the production and reproduction, or we can say the breeding and reproduction. So, these are the major challenges. Then if we see the market, particularly the milk market, then almost we can say 74% of the total milk that is being handled by the unorganized sector, and this is a big challenge in front of the this milk sector as it is handled by the unorganized sector. And moreover, if we see, when there is a shocking data that I want to share with you, though we are number one in milk production since last 20 years, but still one of the report that is published by International Livestock Research Institute, what they say is that 70% of the milk which is available in India is not safe for consumption. So, this is a big challenge in front of this sector, and this challenge can be converted into the opportunity to take appropriate enterprise in the form of processing and value addition. Now, decide your business target for a foreseeable future, that means where you want to see your business in coming time. In fact, it is not the quantity or quality of the business or scalability of the business that decide the target, but there are generally 4 category of the targets, that is product, services, solution and experience. Earlier traditionally if we see almost 90% or more than that the business they were actually gathered around the product, because this product and business that become a synonyms that time. And if you have to establish, that means if you want to establish a business, then you should have some product to sell, and that product will be that means that business will be circulated around your that product. After the that means competition, there is the increase in the competition of different for the same product, then some of the businesses they have started the services. And the best example that we are nowadays we are seeing that the product, some of the what we can say these malls or supermarkets, they are providing the home delivery of the product. So, they are not only providing the product, they are not only selling the product, but they are delivering the product at your doorstep. Later on the another concept that means another concept came, solution based business. So, in solution based business particularly the entrepreneur, he is focusing on some kind of problem in that particular sector, that particular we can say product or services, and he with addressing that particular problem or issue, they are establishing his enterprise. And finally, the experience in the business term, that is a unique term, unique we can say position, or that is a apex position in the business. That means through your product or through your business you are giving a unique experience to the customer, consumer or buyer, whatever you can say. So, initially we have to decide, that means where we have to reach, whether we have to sell the product, whether we have to sell the product along with the services, whether we have to establish enterprise in service only, or whether we have to address some solution, whether, and finally whether we have to give some unique experience to the consumer. So, these are the, we can say, targets that one has to be consider. Then innovative business models, exactly. Nowadays for everything we are talking about the innovativeness. So, what kind of innovativeness actually we are seeing nowadays? Here I am giving one example, and exactly that example will narrate everything. The Ola taxi services, Oyo that room services, or Swiggy that food delivery services, all these are some kind of unique model where they have not invested much capital, they have not employed employee, and that means not that much employee, and moreover they do not have any land to establish their business. Here this model is based on just one business idea, where if we see the scalability of this model, this model particularly this such kind of model started, business model started some 10 years back, but within 10 years now their scalability, their turnover increases to in crores. So, as if we see the comparison between the business volume and the employee which are actually a company they have employed. So, there is we can easily understand that this kind of innovativeness in the model. So, this kind of innovativeness that we can brought in a similar way in livestock sector also. Here I am giving some of the example, particularly I am talking about the innovative production. So, what is that innovative production exactly? Nowadays we are seeing in the market there are milk brand named as a Happy Milk, there are milk brand which is named as a free range grass fed cow milk. Similarly, there is a farm fresh A2 milk. Now, everybody knows that A1, A2 milks and A2 milk of a desi cow, that is being that means popularized, and definitely the organic milk. So, there are different innovative production systems by which you can get the remunerative prices for your product, and people are also attracted towards the product. Even if you can understand, you can see the prices of the particular this brand. This Happy Milk is being sold at the rate of rupees 85 per liter. Similarly, this grass fed cow milk, that is being sell at the rate of 126 rupees per liter. So, this is how that innovative that means innovation in the production will bring the remunerative prices. Then, since this program went for the women's we can say entrepreneur, or to promote the women enterprises among the participants. So, purposefully I will discuss the 4 initiatives that has been taken by the women. The first one is by Shilpi Sinha. She started her company, Milk India company, at Bangalore in 2018, and she is selling a pure desi cow glass bottled milk at the rate of 62 rupees per liter. So, almost the last year, if you see her turnover, that is nearly 70 lakh rupees earned from that particular milk brand. The another example by Ankita Kumawat, she is also selling the A2 milk and traditional milk, and that milk actually what we can say almost 1 lakh rupees she is earning out of that initiative. And one more example, that is Alola Divya Reddy, she is also selling A2 milk and traditional milk product, and her A2 milk here in Hyderabad she is selling at the rate of 200 rupees per liter. So, these are some kind of innovativeness that we should understand, we can adopt in the production system. Now, we will see some of the other innovative production. Kadaknath chicken, everybody knows that this black meat chicken or black meat chicken. So, this is also one innovativeness. Then nowadays you might have heard about the designer egg. Exactly. The designer egg, that means we can change the shell color of the egg, we can change the yolk color of the eggs, and with to some extent we can make some fortified eggs, that is selenium enriched egg, then vitamin E enrichment egg, and we can, there is a cholesterol and low cholesterol containing eggs. So, there are different types of eggs that one can produce with the little interventions at feeding level. Even you can heard about, you can see the organic eggs are there. Then this super bull again, one of the problem that I already narrated to you, that is the low productivity of the Indian cattle. So, just to give a solution for this low productivity, one of the farmer from Haryana, that is Karamveer, he has started a business, that is a concept, or we can say the super bull, where he is selling the semen of that bull, which bull is actually selected through pedigree selection, his milk, milk record and all these things have been already verified, and with the help of this particular initiative he is earning nearly 1,50,000 to 1,80,000 from a single semen ejaculation. Similarly, here are the commercial silage to overcome the fodder and feed scarcity in the livestock sector, opportunistic production, and we can say this is a break in operation. This is also one of the interesting enterprise. Generally, whenever we think about the broiler farming and layer farming, the broiler farming is a business of merely 42 or 45 days. So, within 45 days, one farmer or one entrepreneur has to arrange all the input services, and after 42 days or 45 days he has to sell his product in the market. Yeah, similarly there are various innovative business services like break in operation in layer farming particularly, then integration in broiler farming. Similarly, the all in one services to provide the we can say healthcare services, data management, diagnostic services, as well as the extension services. Then now we will see the innovative processing and value addition. Here we can see the different type of milk that is available in the market, and one can take advantage of this particular value addition or processing in the milk. Similarly, we can see the example of this meat also, particularly the chicken. Then innovative packaging and branding, of course this is also one of the important aspect of business. Here you can easily understand that nowadays there is a milk in the market called as a organic vitamin D milk, there is a no fat milk, similarly Amul Gold, Amul Slim, there are so many, even A2 milk are available in the market. Then you see the packaging and branding of egg, easily happy egg, corn fed egg, and this is how actually the marketing strategy one has to that means think about that. Then innovative marketing, of course this is the best example that dairy milk, particularly this what we can say Cadbury, who started from the Cadbury chocolate milk or health drink, and now targeting the children initially or kids initially. This particular brand or this particular company, they have reached to the all segment of since youth and you can say to the senior people. Here is the different products that the Amul have. One thing that I would like to share here, that Amul have only 18 basic product. 18 basic product. From that 18 they have made a range of 450 products. Similarly, cow urine, cow dung nowadays that is available on the we can say online platform. The 11th strategy is that organized production, processing and marketing. In fact, this is the strategy we are already using in the form of dairy cooperatives, but nowadays these farmers producer company they are that means found successful for this organized production, processing and marketing. Now finally, the continuous change and upgradation, this is the last strategy that I would like to share. In fact, the entrepreneurship or business needs to be changed as per the time pace, because one has to upgrade, one has to change himself or his company according to time. One cannot predict what kind of changes will be there in the coming time, but whatever the changes they are happening in and around the we can say him, that he has to accept that changes and upgrade accordingly. Here you can see the techno-economic feasibility of the business. Before we can say establishing the business, one has to thoroughly see this particular techno-economic feasibility of the business. Similarly, these are the different organizations where one can get the training or one can build their capacities for the establishment of entrepreneur, and these are the some formal and informal sources, financial sources, where one can look for the financial help for the establishment of business. So, I have started my presentation with the Nobel laureate saying and I am ending my presentation with again one of the very nice quote that is of by Dhirubhai Ambani, but he says that if you do not build your dream, someone else will hire you to help them build theirs. So, it is very important lesson that we can take into account, and with this I hope that this presentation you will like. I have shared the details things in my presentation as well as the text which will be which I have provided to you, and definitely I hope this will be useful to you. So, thank you one and all.